Did you find all of the Easter eggs? Let me know after the video in the comments below. Hey there, I'm Aki and welcome back to another video. Today we'll check out all Easter eggs in Subnautica and how you can find them. If you enjoyed the video, please remember to leave a like as it helps me out a huge bunch. I'll start off with Easter eggs most people probably found and move on to ones which you most likely didn't know about yet. But now let's get started with number 10. Also, slight spoiler warning. A lot of you have probably found posters in Subnautica before. Maybe the one advertising the prawn suit. Maybe the one with this cute cat, or maybe this one about natural selection too. This one is actually the game Unknown Worlds developed before Subnautica, a first-person shooter and a real-time strategy game. You can find these posters in Rex and the Aurora, and they do look pretty cool if you ask me. Another reference to Natural Selection 2 is also this George plush toy, which is also pretty cute. Moving on to something that you can't actually get in-game normally, but you would have to redeem via code. Septic Sam is Jacksepticeye's mascot, and it was added just before the game's release. You can interact with it, and it'll scream some stuff Jack often screams in his videos. Now the problem is you can't actually redeem codes anymore. I had it redeemed and it still removed my access to this toy and I have no idea why. I also had an IGP hull plate which I also don't have anymore, but this is why I'm using the decorations mod. But if they ever add it back in, here's the code which you can use to redeem it. Staying on the topic of YouTuber items, the Aki hull plate. No, I'm just kidding, I don't have a hull plate, I'm not important. The unusual doll is the item made for Markiplier. It was made to look like him when he was playing Subnautica, with red hair and everything. You can find it in LifePod 7 and place it in your sea base as decoration. Just like Septic Sam, you can interact with it and hear quotes from his Subnautica series. Though they are mostly screams. Relatable.
Subnautica. Oh God! Hello, everybody. Hello.
Moving on to number 7, our first developer Easter egg. This one occurs right at the start of the game, when the PDA tells you that weapons were removed from a standard survival equipment following a massacre on Abraxas Prime. Abraxas is actually a developer at Unknown Worlds Entertainment, working in the animation department, and they decided to add his name into the game. He's also a pretty cool guy. And another dev reference at number 6. You can find a data download in the Aurora talking about the hive mind of the Strata 6 colony. Corey Strader is another Subnautica developer, the one making all of these cool concepts. He's extremely talented and he definitely deserves his name in the game. At number 5 is something I assume quite a lot of you have missed, or simply never experienced as it's quite rare, and you might not notice it if you're not looking for it, or listening. When entering your Cyclops, there's a very small chance of it replacing the standard
"Welcome aboard, Captain. All systems online."
with a
"You are the best captain on the planet. I'm not even squid."
The devs really seem to like puns, huh? Well, I can't blame them. Donald Trump. I'm sorry, yes, but he was already in the public interest when the sound designer for Subnautica composed the soundtrack for the Spar's Reef. And just like I would have assumed, it is not something you would expect, but hey, if you listen closely, you can hear Trump say China in the background of the track. No, I'm not kidding, listen closely. Did you hear it? I didn't actually notice that at all before someone pointed it out, so it is very likely you missed it. Also, if you're enjoying the video so far, please remember to leave a like and consider subscribing for more content like this. Only 7% of my viewers are actually subscribed, and if everyone would subscribe, we'd already be at 1 million subscribers. Now let that sink in. Moving on to the top 3, we have an Easter egg that was sadly removed in early access to meet the new E10 Plus rating for the game. When leaving and re-entering your seamoth repeatedly, there was a chance it would say,
I love it when you come inside me.
well, I can see why it was removed, since it's really not suitable for a game made for kids. But I think it would still be quite funny to have it in the game. Don't you agree? Or maybe we could have the Cyclops complain if we put the seamoth inside of it too often. Oh god, what am I doing? And at number 2, we find out that someone on the dev team seems to be a massive Star Trek fan. When downloading a precursor data download, there's a small chance that instead of playing the normal download sound,
Unknown language. Attempting translation.
it plays a jazz track, and the PTA says,
Resistance is fertile.
Now when I first heard this, I had no idea why this was in the game, but apparently this is from Star Trek, and originally a Borg says resistance is futile, which makes more sense than fertile, but Subnautica's sound designer put a little twist on it. And before we get to number 1, here are 2 honorable mentions of things that we're not entirely sure are actually Easter eggs. First, there are several references in databank entries and data downloads to a creature called Star Wall, which could be a reference to the game Star Wall, where players control flying Star Walls and fight each other on them. Secondly, Future Perfect references. 2 alien relics, the alien rifle and Doomsday device, were assets from another game made by Unknown Worlds, Future Perfect. This game also features the Altera Corporation, so this might mean that the two are connected. And finally, at number 1, we have CHBClive. This is found in the databank entry for another alien relic, the translation device. CHBClive was a forum user who contributed a lot to Subnautica's Chinese translation, but sadly died due to cancer before the game was completed. The devs added this Easter egg in his honor, which I think he definitely deserves for contributing so much time to translating Subnautica into Chinese. But well, those were all the Easter eggs in Subnautica. Did you find all of them? Which ones did you miss? Let me know down in the comments below. But for now, thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed it, remember to leave a like, and if you really liked it, please consider supporting me on Patreon or becoming a channel member. You get some really cool rewards like early access to new videos, outtakes, giveaways, and much more. But other than that, I'll see you next time. Goodbye!